The north parlor, situated on the cooler north side of the house, was held for very special occasions. Social historians describe the north parlor as a sacred space reserved for weddings and funerals, visits from the clergy, and for receiving formal social calls. Children were generally not allowed in, and close friends visited in the south parlor. Furnishings showcased gentility, reflecting one's social prominence and refinement, with worldly possessions on display. Samplers were a form of art, education, and pastime. Most girls completed at least 2 samplers in their lifetime, the first undertaken as early as age 5. A learning tool called a marking sampler, the young girl practiced needlework techniques. A second sampler in adolescence was decorative, pictorial, and contained verses emphasizing virtue, respect of family, and devotion to God. Generally, it contained name, age, and birth date of the marker. One sampler displayed here was done by a Sheffield resident, Frances Cowles, in 1832. While incomplete, her needlework is impeccable. A Queen Anne-style highboy made in Boston in the first half of the 18th century, also known as chest on chest, is a rare and valuable piece. It is comprised of 2 separate cases, one stacked on the other. The 5-drawer upper element is fitted into a frame built into the slightly wider 4-drawer chest, supported on cabriole legs. A prized possession that few could afford, items of value would be stored in the lower drawers and out-of-season clothing in the higher drawers. The name boy is a corruption of bois, the French word for wood, literally translating into a tall item made of wood. Lighting was a challenge in colonial times, and so a candle holder with a mechanism to raise or lower the candles, depending on the amount of light required, was invaluable. Such holders are also referred to as a shoemaker's or cobbler's handle stand. It was particularly useful for women doing mending or needlework, since the level of light could be adjusted. Each of the parlors in the Dan Raymond house contains a corner fireplace constructed from locally quarried marble. A corner fireplace would be an unusual feature for the Berkshires, but given Raymond's propensity for having very fine things, it's probably to be understood. It was the only source of heat in the house, as cooking would have been done outside in a separate area. This is a traveling liquor case because in 1786, traveling in poor weather, which it often was, from Boston to New York would take 4 to 6 days, very, very difficult and arduous, and difficult on the body and the mind. And so liquor was thought to be medicinal for those purposes. This traveling box contains 5 decanters that could contain different types of spirit and 1 tiny cordial glass to ease the ease the pain along the way. It's called a tantalus also, and the reason for that is there was a mythological Greek king who was condemned to sit in a pool of water up to his neck. And periodically, when he tried to drink, the water would recede. So tantalus means tantalize, or tempt or put something out of somebody's reach. And today, when we talk about alcohol, you'll hear a phrase periodically, let's say, let's drink to your health. And that dates back to these arduous days along the stagecoach run when they had to drink for their health in order to endure the experience. This is a flip glass. And flip was a very interesting drink in colonial times. It was a strong beer or hard cider. It could be mixed with raw egg, fruits to sweeten it, or sugar to sweeten it, or molasses, a little shot of rum to give it some zip. And then they took a hot metal iron called a loggerhead, and they put that loggerhead in the drink to warm it up and give it a burnt flavor. Now, this is very popular in the taverns in those days. The loggerhead was a very interesting, multifaceted tool because it could be used to cauterize wounds. It could be used to warm a drink. It could be used to ignite a cannon, all kinds of things. Never knew when you needed a red hot poker or a loggerhead to take care of matters. And in the taverns, if things got a little rowdy at times, the tavern goers would maybe get in a little discussion about what was going on and a little disagreement. And so we've all heard the term being at loggerheads because they would be swinging pokers and loggerheads at each other. Leisure activities were more common in the late colonial period as a result of greater prosperity and the pursuit of refinement. Cabinet makers produced specialized types of furniture, such as this Queen Anne tilt-top table, for taking tea or playing games. The table unlatches and pivots on a hinge to tilt into a vertical position for placement flat against the wall when not in use. A very handy feature in a small, crowded room.